There it is. Good morning. We're starting another cute, wonderful chit chat with Bridget, but she's not going to be chit chatting with me. I'm going to be chit chatting with all of you all. And I always start with I'm offering this up to the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, for this work that, because it is work that I'm doing. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I thank you so much for continuing to bless me, to honor me with the memory, to get these stories that are just coming so beautifully and naturally, and having the support of Bridget, who is the brains behind this project. I'm say that. But I welcome all of you all to hear some of these stories, and I hope you can come and enjoy it with me. I try not to be too long, because that's what I mean, when I get going, there you go. So thank you, Jesus and Mary, for your support and your love and your blessing. Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. Well, I have to tell you something I found out, but I kind of think I remembered, and then I didn't remember. All of you might be the first to know of all the cousins that I'm going to give this segment to my father. I talked about my mother and support, and I thought, no, I'm going to put some time on with my father, James Horace McCaffrey. Are you ready for this? Now, he when he met my mother, he was from Milwaukee. His parents were from Milwaukee. So guess who is a Texan? My father was born in Waco, Texas. And October, I love it. The dates come from different books. I love it. It was in October, and it was 1910, no, 1909. So one of the books says 1910, no, 1909. What? What? Pop, we call him Pop McCaffrey. He was Horace McCaffrey. My father was James Horace. First of all, I guess I gotta say this, and his mother was Lucinda Klepper, and my daddy was first of all it was John, his older brother, born in 1905, and then Ruth, his older sister, in 1907. Then Daddy, 1909. Sounds like all the McCaffreys just had babies like that, like from where I am. And then Charles Joseph, which they call CJ, his other brother, was 1914, and then Horace Jr. 1960. Here's the story. Doesn't says like, oh, okay, John. Okay, first of all, go back. Pop McCaffrey, for some reason, couldn't find work in Milwaukee and drove down or came down to Texas. And John had already was born somewhere in South Texas. It doesn't say where he was, but Ruth was born in Corsicana, and then it says Dad was born in Waco, Texas. Now, Grandpa was a traveling salesman, so you can see the different, maybe here and another city and another city, and then the last two were born in Dallas. So I find this so fascinating because we never thought of Daddy in Texas. He's a Texan. Mom married a Texan. That's great. I have to tell you, after living in these Texas towns, Grandpa either lost his job or Pop, I should say Pop. But he moved back to Milwaukee in 1921. In 1921, Dad was like 12 years old or something like that. So I called my cousin Kevin McCaffrey from Chicago, and he's keeping a lot of his heritage way back information, and he's researching this because he didn't even have it on what parish did my father belong to, and what school, what element, because he would be in elementary school. And so this is the part that's missing right now. But I have to say this. When I saw the Waco, I have to tell you, I Googled on my phone Waco, Texas. Oh, wait, Catholic churches in Waco and Waco, Texas. And so Google came back with two churches. One was St. Mary's and one was St. Jerome's. I chose St. Mary's because 1909 would be, older name that you would have. And sure enough, this lady answers the phone, and I said, well, I'm looking for my father's baptismal. He was born in Waco, Texas, and he would be baptized in your church. She said, well, that's really not a problem. I said, really? You mean I hit it on the first time? And she said, well, yes, I guess you could say that. But the lady doesn't work today. So I said, well, what if I email you all the information to you? Make sure it has the parents down, your father's name, his birth date, and of course information about you. And I did, and she answered right away. Okay, we'll get this done Monday. And so I'm gonna. It looks like done. And I said, oh, let me know what cost there is because I want to pay it. She don't know. You're gonna get this free. And I went, okay, thank you. I'm just liking this. So maybe Monday they'll have an answer for me, or this week. The reason why I want to get my father's baptism is because now I am wanting his confirmation, and I'll say why. Here is my father's confirmation class, and the girls are wearing looks like a red, would be a red, and the guys are wearing white. Little sashes or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, ribbons on their side of their suits. Let me show you, who Daddy is. My father is there, right there, and he keeps looking like the same dad. But the reason why I know this is like 8th grade or something is because there's girls in the class. And when he went to high school, which I'm going to talk to you about, that was all male. So how about, can I tell you, this is incredible to have this beautiful confirmation thing and then we're seeking some more information on it. And something else I want to show you is Pop. Here's Pop's daddy's, my great-grandfather. And yes, we knew him. He came down to Texas and stayed with us for a few times. And it was nice. And then I want to show you, what else am I going to show you? This is, I should have started with this. Here's my father's two pictures. When he was born, right here. Is it two, let me see if I can take this off. It's the plastic. Okay, that's better. And of course, look at the haircut and the cute smile that my father, and blonde as he could be. Of course, when he turned had dark hair. But here I have this picture. Okay. So, and then I have another picture from Ursula's book, which is Pop McCaffrey and Lucinda Helper McCaffrey. And so that's there. Okay. The other thing I wanted to say is get my tablet. I know y'all probably don't know about this, but this is incredible to get information about your father when you think you can't get all this information. It looks like we can. The reason why we want, here, the reason why I wanted to find out about Dad in elementary school is because we we have this. This is my father's high school annual, and you only get one guess. Who do you think was the editor? Jim McCaffrey is the editor. Uh, who do you think did all the writings in the book? He was so incredible. So you all have got to see this. Uh, and of course, when I told you that, I think he took acting. Well, what is the debate? He was in, of course, the debate. That's what he was in. And they call him Mac. Here is my father. Right there. And they called him James McCaffrey. They called him Mac. There it is. And he just happens to be the class president in he graduated in 28. Class president in 26, president of the MCIPA, whatever that was. Let's see. He was the MCIPA delegate. He was president of the Literary Society of the Blessed Virgin Sodalist. Isn't that beautiful? Because he had a devotion to Blessed Mother. St. Vincent de Paul Society, debating team, baseball 26, 27, 28, football 26, 27, and 28. And I have some writings I could talk to you about that too. But I have two things that will surprise you that I have. And here it is. Here is the football team that he was on. Right there. And this is really interesting. Oh gosh, I have to take it out of the paper. This is my father's softball team, and there's his high school jersey thing. This is my father. Okay, he's missing a body, but there he is, right there. And of course, I don't know what position he played, but anyway. So these are wonderful to have. This is just incredible. And I love the writings because I have to tell you something. This is incredible. The writings that you get from your dad is, I mean, he's such a leader. But one of the things that he told me, he wrote all about Spirit of Columbus, and it says, here it is. He always signed it JHM, and of course it was 28. He wrote that for the annual. I just copied it. He wrote a segment on the faculty, but this is just, I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it's just, let me just start something like this. While trying to find some appropriate simile to illustrate the success of Pio Nono. Pio Nono is just high school. As an institution, my mind is repeatedly brought back from its very endeavors to life's greatest institution, the home. So he goes through the relationship with the father, the relationship with the mother, and then the virtues of the home life is incredible. Writing for a young man, imagine how old are you when you're a senior? I'd have to add that up.
You're 18.
20, huh?
18.
18. The maturity of this daddy. But one of the things I have to tell you, which we really, Daddy would start one of his business, our business meeting. It was a business meeting. He was business, but we weren't. But it was it was our house meetings that he always conducted, and mother in the background always. But he said this to us. Imagine all of us at different levels. Okay, I just want you to know something. I don't want you to love me. And we're all, now wait a minute, but you better respect me. And we we couldn't understand it because we love him. Oh, I see. Because we love him, we will respect him. But no, he said, I want you to respect me. And he would do this thing. Well, now, here he wrote about it when he was a young man in high school. And here it says, no one shows love. One is usually shown love in return. Where there is love, there is respect. Where there is respect, here's the cliche, or what there is obedience. Where there is obedience, there is a union. And in union, there is strength. Now you get it. Respect is naturally in love. And in love, if he wanted us to obey him, and we did. I mean, we did it. Well, wow. We did it 99.9%. Maybe there was that 1% that I didn't obey him. But mostly, as you can see that record, where there's a union, you will have a union with your Father in your life. And then in union is the strength of 2 and 3 or more people together is your strength. So that's what Daddy wrote that I find now, and don't you know I would love to have a discussion on that later on in life. We just did it. Okay, Dad, we respect you, and we're going to love you anyway. We came out of that saying that, and he laughed. He said, of course you're going to love me. Of course you're going to respect me. But he didn't tell me all about the other, things that you get from that respect. And anyway, so I just want that all of you all to know about our dad, and we're investigating his grade school. Okay. The other thing I have to tell you is that here it is. Here is Dad at St. Mary's University with another student, and Daddy is here. This is the administration building, which is still existing today. And look how casual. See, always investigate pictures and art. And Daddy is wearing a sleeve, rolled up sleeves, real casual, okay? And this guy has a tie, sweater. You know what I'm going to think of is that Daddy, I'm trying to figure out so like that so you don't see that. Okay. Daddy had a business at St. Mary's University to press a pressing business in his room. He set up a pressing business. And he pressed the guys' clothes. And that's how he made his money. Besides playing football, besides probably other jobs at St. Mary's University, because his freshman year was fine, is to help father help pay for it. But he went back to his second year because he was meeting Francis Wilson from Dallas to restore or not to whatever you want to a relationship that they started in their freshman year. So Daddy, did this business. He said, "Okay, I'm going to college anyway." But Daddy figured it out that we're Francis, we're getting married at Thanksgiving. So they get together, the freshman sophomore year, just starting, and mom's going, well, Jim, we just, we're signed up for, the first semester. This is second year. I'm telling you, Francis, I can just see my dad say, I'm telling you, Francis, it's going to happen. So you better tell your parents, My mother sent her aunt, Dorothy O'Brien, on the train to San Antonio to break it up. And Danny, being the personality and the power and the leadership and the goodness and the spiritual, I mean, you just name all the virtues, he's got it. And salesman, put that salesmanship in. And he convinced, and Dorothy came back loving Jim McCaffrey. So she gets back on the train. She says, okay, we're getting a wedding together. They're going to get married for Thanksgiving break. So that's what they did. They did this all because of Dorothy's, sealed it. Here is a picture of my father and mother dating. She would like to know what the car looked, what kind of car that was. It was not my father's car. My father was very, very poor. But I love that picture. I mean, it's kind of, there's one probably even better, but I have this handy. The thing is, what I would tell you that has happened to me is that came to my mind is these pages I have. I was in January 2019, I was attending, Al and I were attending a funeral for a brother of Mary. And it was Brother William Chewing. And what happened is I, in the middle of Mass, I realized a thought came to me. I'm in the same chapel my father went to. My father went to Mass, daily Mass, when he was at the university here. And here I am, his daughter, and this is like, what do you call it? I said, what do you call this? And when I came out after Mass, and I said, Al, what do you call that? That I'm the daughter of Daddy, and that he did this, he went to the school, and here I am attending the Mass, the chaplain he went to. He said, oh, you can call that a legacy. You're part of a legacy. That's what I'm going to call it. So here I am, a legacy story about James Horace McCaffrey. And it started with that Mass. So I came out on the back of the program of the funeral. I started writing. I couldn't stop writing. It was just flowing of who went there next and who were the favorite brothers. I was writing who would we put that in there, and what just go, it was flowing. And why did he get an athletic scholarship because he played football? Did he get any help there? I mean, it was going on, and finally Al says, well, I ran out of space. So Al says, hold it, we're going to be home in a minute. You can get some more paper. Al just encouraged me too, because that's when it started. The first son that went to St. Mary's University was Patrick Quinlan McCaffrey, and he graduated in 1958. Then we went down and said what he did, and I have to insert me in this. I didn't go to St. Mary's. I went to Incarnate Word College, but I have to tell you, I have to show you something. Seeing is believing, okay? In 1959, Pat graduated in 58. I was there at St. Mary's University. Al was a senior, and he and his what do you call it, fraternity came to Incarnate Word High School, a college, to pick out cheerleaders for the Ratbird basketball team because there's no girls going to in St. Mary's yet. There's no boys going in kindergarten. Now they're both co-ed. Are you ready for this? I don't know what to, I'm so excited about this. Here I am with my Rattler cheerleader, and guess what? They put Angie, Angie. No, my nickname was Andy. And I said, excuse me, you're going to have to do that again. Have it done. He says, you got the money for it? So, Angie, my little name tag there. But this was Dr. Philip Rodriguez from Dallas, Texas. And look, he's holding, see, that's a picture of my dad playing football at St. Mary's. He's holding the frame that I brought for the honorees who's being honored. And guess what? This is the guy I cheerleaded for. Oh, I got to take it out of the plastic, don't I? I have to take it out of there. Are you excited that this guy I met that night, and there's he got this honor, and we talked. He says, "You were the one that cheerleaded for." I said, "Yes, but I didn't watch you play." He laughed. He said, "Well, I thought you were kind of busy with your job." And I said, "Well, see, hey, you didn't look at us." And he said, "Oh no, I was looking at y'all too." So that was kind of cute. But these two are gonna be in the legacy work that I'm working on for my father. Now, one more little fun, exciting thing. He's way down the line of all the other people that I'm going to talk to you about. But we have one grandson. I think he's the first grandson of the McCaffrey line that started with at St. Mary's. Trevor Thomas Den was there. Oh, yeah, it's kind of, can you see it, Bridget? And there's no, what do you call it? Oh. And I wore my cheerleading, I took the Angie off of it, but there's my letter. And of course, what I did is take it off, and I washed it, and it came out this real white. It's supposed to be kind of a cream color, but Clark's does a good job. Anyway, I wore this, and they were honoring Grandpa. So I asked the president, can our grandson come over because it's a reception for the heritage honorees. It's Daddy's, it's my Al's 50th anniversary. So that sweater is 50 years old. Not a hole in it. Anyway, there's Trevor. The long hair. Anyway, isn't it wonderful to have those things happen to you? So, okay. So here we go. Back over real quickly. Don't lose patience with me. You got to hang on here. Okay. Okay. 59. Then, Louise Behrens, who was part of our cheerleading. Eileen wouldn't try out. I said, come on, try out. She said, I'm not going to go and do that. Call it cheerleading. I said, it's fun. Louise and I are the same way. We both got it. And so I have to tell you about Louise. Louise comes from Mexico City. She was our co-roommate across the hall of Dewey Hall, which is where by the way, we were in Dewey Hall, and that was my mother's dorm, too. So they must have glued it back together for the time we come. Mother was there in 28, and here it is, 59. So anyway, Louise is godmother to Eileen. She's part of our family all these years. So anyway, in December 59, Al was in ROTC, and he was what was his title? I love it cadet major. He was ROTC, and he asked me to be a princess in the ball, and I accepted. And what did I wear? I mean, I call my mother long distance. Mom, I'm not asking for money, but I'm asking for, would you, my white dress, my long white gloves, when I graduated from Ursuline, that's what all the princesses were going to wear white. So that's what, and guess what? My mother and father drove and came to this and surprised me. And I mean, these are wonderful happiness things that have happened to us. And through this legacy, that they were there to see their darling little Angela. And Eileen had a date, so she was there. We have pictures of that. Okay. So that was it. Okay, that happened. And then, let's see. Oh, two others came. Oh my gosh, two others came. It was Donnie came, and Donnie graduated in 1967. See, that was it. Donnie's one of my brothers, the son. And then and then Al became president of the. Oh my God! Here we like. This is funny. My father is president of so many organizations, and here comes along this boyfriend of mine. Or no, now we're married, and Al is president of the Alumni Association, the youngest president ever. And it was 1966 and 67, and he still remains the youngest president of the Alumni Association. And then in 1971, and Al is now part of our McCaffrey family, he was invited to the board of trustees, one of two Marianists, two non-Marianists. Marianist means that they're priest. Two men. Now I can't think of the name. I want to say what it is. Laymen, excuse me, two laymen that got on the board of trustees, and Al's been on that board of trustees for 25 years with 7 presidents. No other person has ever had that. And now, of course, Al's an emeritus of that organization. Okay, then we have Christine Marie. My sister went to went to St. Mary's in 1971, 72. She didn't graduate. She met Mike Griffin, and so she got married. But she went to St. Mary's. And then a few years later, our daughter Angela Eileen started at St. Mary's in '83 and was interested in accounting, and that was her field of study. Eileen didn't stay very long in July. She just had too much on her plate, and so she just stayed there, I think, a year, and then left and went working on her own. Then after that, it was Mark. Mark came along in 1988 in law school. So we have a son that went and graduated from law school. And then let's see what else. What did I do with my life? You know, of course, I'm a mother of 5 children. And by the way, I played tennis for 10 years. I was captain of two tennis teams. I'm still playing tennis and mother of 5. But I kind of great babysitter that was Becky Rodriguez, who lives on our block, and she says, please, I want Anna to come and take care of my 3 younger ones, because she entertains them, and then I can get some work done. So that was fine. I play with them. I got to play tennis, so I did that. But the other thing is, I was involved in fundraising for St. Mary's University. So I loved doing that, and it was celebrating our St. Louis Day, and that was in 1973. I did that, chaired that program. I chaired another one. I can't think of what it was now, but let's see. Okay, well, there's another one that we had that I chair it, and my mother, my brother Patrick Quinlan was there, and Mark was there, all dressed up in tuxes. We have a picture of that, and mother was so proud to see her daughter being, helping with the St. Mary's University. The other thing is, it goes on and on and on about that. Okay, so I am delighted to keep on with the stories. But I love it that I have a Marinus brother, Brother Ed Locke, who's retired, and he's encouraging me with my writing. So I love it because he can correct some of my work, which I love too. But he says, keep on writing about your dad. But one of the things he asked, he says, tell me, did your daddy ever graduate from St. Mary's? I said, brother, Ed, do you know what it's like to be a father of 10 children and being married like 12 years? I mean, do you see him going back to college? And no. But he did study. He was always studying. So Brother Ed I said, Brother Ed, I don't think you know what married life is like with lots of children. He said, well, how could I? He says that. No, I wouldn't know that. But no, he thought maybe that Daddy would, get that honored, whatever degree. And then I have to show you one more thing, which I hope I find, because that's necessary. Is when you talk and you can't get it all together. Oh, yes, you have to know about this. Okay. This is an incredible thing, real quickly. Daddy got an award as an Emeritus Alumni Association from being a chapter in Dallas. Now, here is my father receiving this award, and I'm going to show the award is on the other side. Again, let's see what year was this. 1953. It's incredible to have these documents, but here is this guy happens to be Albert Faber, our cousin. Dorothy is his mother's name, Dorothy O'Brien Faber. So he's part of the O'Brien side of the family. He's giving this to his uncle, James Horace McCaffrey. And here is the document. The Dallas Club. And there's the date somewhere in there. And I showed this to Brother Ed. He says, that is incredible. Oh my gosh, Brother Ed, you don't know. You're going to get to know more about my father. What all he did. He didn't just be father of 17 children. He was president of everything, every organization. Well, he didn't go in to be president. He goes in there to join, and he has ideas, and then they make him president because he's the one that can run it. That's how great he is. I have to show you this. This is going a little sidetrack, but here is an invitation to a formal dance that Incarnate Word College is giving, and here are the Francis Wilson and James McCaffrey, and it was at San Antonio Country Club that Incarnate Word College sponsored on Wednesday, December 21st, 1928. That was their sophomore year. And the handwriting is in my mother's handwriting. It's just so beautiful. And it says, present at door. This is an old-fashioned, invitation. That's how they did it. How would I love it that I have these things. And here's a picture of Mother and Daddy dating their sophomore year. Look at the mother, how she's posing with her beautiful coat. And Daddy being the He-Man guy, the football player. It's beautiful. It just tells you the love of this couple. Okay? So that's what I wanted to touch base with you on that about my father, and we'll finish the story on the legacy. And now, what am I going to do with this legacy? But I have pictures backing me up. I have letters. Oh, on 1954, my mother and father's 25th wedding anniversary at Holy Trinity, they had a beautiful mass, and Father Beeler, president of St. Mary's, did the sermon for that mass. And Father Dwyer, Ralph Dwyer, wrote a beautiful letter, which I happen to have, on the love that the SMs had for my father. So this is all being put together, organizing. I'm doing it, and Brother Ed is supportive of me and making sure I have it really. I said I want it professional. I want it to really be nice because I'm presenting this to the SMs and a copy to the president of St. Mary's University, because I want my father to have a plaque or in the archives or whatever, because of Daddy's work. See, Daddy was so supportive of St. Mary's all our life. When we girls, where there's three of us dating, Ursula, Angela, and Eileen, when our dates came to our house, weekends, Friday or Saturday night, I have to tell you, Daddy would say, "Well, okay, wait, what university are you going to go to?" And I know this one guy I was dating. He said, Mr. McCaffrey, I'm going to Notre Dame." "Oh no, you're not going to Notre Dame. St. Mary's University. That it didn't matter what studies you do." So it turned out that we let the guys know that be sure and say St. Mary's University. Don't even make a mistake anywhere. So they all learned to do that. And guess what they did? You told them, show up before 7. Because if you come after 7, we're saying the rosary. And you'll have to say the rosary. The guys came at 7:05. They wanted to say the rosary. They took our family rosary idea, went back to their families and said, what the heck? We need to be doing what they're doing. So in every reunion that us girls, and the Joannes included, at Jesuit alumni and reunions, the McCaffrey girls' story, McCaffrey dates, always was part of their reunion. And I thought that was it. And one of the stories was that guys liked it. And you know what? I don't think we had any trouble with any immorality, what do you want to call it, anything with these guys. They treated us special, and guess what? We loved being friends. We loved that relationship. We were part of a group of dating and doing things like that. So that's how I grew up in high school. But that's part of the legacy. I have to say that. So that's it. That's a big whole subject matter, and I'm so excited. Can you see it? I'm excited. I am number 8. I'm truly blessed to have a mind that still works. To have the documents that I gave me. Hey, she gave me these scrapbooks like, what, 40 years, 50 years ago. I didn't open them. I didn't do anything with them. I was busy working, 5 children. And just kind of last year, I really put in with them, and I see the reward is there. So, how do I end this? I thank you. And I'm always